Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm really good and pretty excited for this mock interview.
Oh, great to know that. So, why Deloitte?
Deloitte, there are basically three reasons which came in my mind. First is that Deloitte get really good awards the best place to work by Business Today and the Fortune also that 100 best companies to work. So this also excites me. Another is the Deloitte's vision that they like to work in the collaboration, which I like very much. And I believe working in the team with my seniors, I can learn a lot, not only the technical proficiency, but also how to communicate and behave in the team and how to be a productive as a whole together as a team. So for this reason, I really excited to join.
So, I really appreciate that you have gone through the website so well. So, do you know something about the profile you have applied for? That what will be the KRAs for you in that profile?
So I have applied for the analyst trainee role, which is the trainee as a role like trainee in the Deloitte. So basically, they haven't any mentioned any specific like whether you would be part of a development team or anything, but they mentioned that you should have a basic knowledge of coding, testing, and the overall basic foundation knowledge of various subjects, so that they can train on you and then allot you any department which you are good at in the training phase.
So, which is your favorite subject being a technical student?
As a technical student, I would like to be a part of development team, the code development, which works on the code and the services which they provide to the client. I would like to be a part of that team.
So, anything which you would like to tell about which shows that you are very proficient in your technical languages?
As I say, I have throughout my journey, I have a knowledge of basic of various knowledge like Java, Python, C also. And in the recent also, I have completed one project which is a development project, web development project through Stack. So I have a good amount of knowledge of JavaScript and backend technology also through that project. So I believe I can do pretty much well, even if provided a little bit of training and a little bit of support like what to do and the guidance, I can flourish well.
Okay. So till date, how many campus placement you have faced?
Till date, like I have reached one campus placement till interview round, that was of impetus. I have reached till second interview round, technical interview round.
Okay. So where did you think you lagged behind?
I believe I lagged behind. Their tech domain was majorly of cloud, which I didn't have much knowledge. I am studying as a theoretical subject in this semester only, so I don't have that much knowledge. And secondly, they also asked the question basically deeply on the cloud and the AI and the AI part, which I believe I don't have that much knowledge currently, but I am ready to explore that part also. Like I learned from that interview that you need to have a good amount of knowledge of the current technologies also, that what is happening in the and what is the basic requirements of the technology, how they are used and why they are used.
So Divyash, I see that you have mentioned internship and projects as well in your resume. So tell me what you have done in your project and why did you choose that topic?
In my project, I made a career placement preparation website for the IT students specifically. So the motivation behind making that as a project is the similar situation was faced by me. Like when I was preparing for my interview, so I had to go for a various website for aptitude, for reasoning, for questions of the HR and the technical interview also. So I believe why don't we make a website which is available, which makes student available all thing at one. So I thought that as a motivation, and also I had some experience and my peer groups through which I can ask them questions about what are their requirements and I feed them in my website. So that was a major reason behind it, and I use the MERN stack for that, the React and for the front end, and the Node.js and Express basically for the back end, and MongoDB we chose as a database. It was a group project, so yes, it was very fun.
So which is your favorite subject and can you tell me how many subjects you had overall in MCA?
Sorry, overall means whole MC or
Yes,
semester?
Can you tell me 5 subjects which you have gone through while doing your MCA?
Sure. So, starting with favorite subjects. So currently my favorite subject is Python, because I really like this, like how Python is used and what are its use cases. And in my MCA, in first semester, I had C and DBMS and what other subjects? Operating system, so basic subject, operating system, computer networks, and we had one language like soft skill language, we can say English language subject. And in second semester we had majorly of Java, data algorithm design. These two were the major subjects. In third semester we had Python, which is a basic Python, starting with basic Python, and then we had What was the elective? ML.
Okay,
My
it's
elective was
perfectly fine.
ML.
I think you know a lot about the subjects which you had. Divyash, are you ready to learn new technologies and adapt it?
Absolutely, I am ready to learn. Like there is a technology is changing day by day, so I believe it is the core need of one developer or even for a fresher to adapt to the new technology because you never know in which field you will flourish and grow your career.
So, on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, how much marks will you give yourself in terms of, you know, how highly adaptable you are on the basis of your communication skill and technical skills? So, one by one, you can tell me how many marks and why.
Starting with my communication skills, I would rate myself somewhere between 5 to 6 because I believe I still lack some fluency and some jargons or the really good vocabulary. So I would rate between them 5 to 6 in communication, and then I would go for adaptability. So I can say I have a fair bit of adaptability nature. I can adapt to situations well. So I would rank between 6 to 7 anywhere because I still need that some guidance because sometimes it get stuck how to do this or how to learn this. And sorry, what was the third?
About technical, how much rating will you give yourself?
Technical, I would say I stay in 7 to 8 because I have the good basic foundation knowledge and I can literally really learn the advanced topic on that using that foundation knowledge and whatever the requirement of the project is, and I can learn that and I can grow and I can implement that.
Tell me an example where you think that you adapted well.
Hmm. In technical sense or in
In
general?
any of these sense, if you have any situation wherein whether it was technically, whether it was on basis of any skills, let me know how adaptable you are, and give me a situation to elaborate that example.
Okay. So, like there was one event. I would say if I take a personal life example, so it was an event of our college where we had to go to the airport for welcoming of the guest or anything like something escorting the guest. Majorly, it was a Pravasi Bharati Divas event. So we were given the date of the day after were scheduled date, but suddenly they got like they need 4 persons at the very next day, and they informed us the night before only. So it was a really challenging like how to arrange them because we have the team of 10 but they were all ready to go day after. So at that moment I thought like I'm surely be the one who will be going the next day, and then I also convinced my three of other fellow members of the team, and then we went there. Now if I talk about technical terms adaptability, so like as I speak about MERN, I didn't have much knowledge of MERN. I had the good knowledge of HTML CSS through my bachelor's, but I didn't have much knowledge of React and the Node. So I fairly bit learned that majorly the React part I learned that, and then through the learning of the using the AI and the chat GPT also I implemented the Node.js and the Express part also in our project. So I believe these can be the examples of my adaptability.
Great, great. As you said right now that these days you are enjoying Python. Python has become your favorite subject. So why Python?
The major reason behind choosing Python is because like I was studying DSA in Java earlier, but as I was studying I came to know Java is really a verbose language. You have to write a much of code in Java. So and when I got introduction to Python, the Python syntax is really short. It has a really big built-in modules. You can just use them. So for that reason, and Python use case is very large. You can use it in AI also, in ML also.
Do you know what is tuples in Python?
Tuples, yes, I know. Tuples are sequences in Python which are immutable. Like you can create them using parentheses, and you will use them in the real life scenario where you don't need to change data very frequently. For that reason, you
Can you
use
give any real-time example of tuple?
tuples. Or yes, like if you have a database of student, so you can store the student's roll number or the name in the tuple because that will not change frequently. That will be remain as it is throughout their semester. So I believe you can store that data in the tuple and other like their marks or any attendance in the form of list which needs a frequent modulation.
What is namespace in Python?
I am not aware about this.
So do you know what is a deadlock in operating system?
Yes. Deadlock is a condition where a process is asking for some resources but it's not getting, and it's also holding some resources. So the like other process, if they are asking for that resource but one process is holding that resource, it creates a situation of deadlock where no process was able to execute themselves and complete. So this creates a deadlock in the deadlock in the operating system.
Okay. Is string palindrome or not?
Sorry.
Is string palindrome or not?
Palindrome.
Yes.
String can be palindrome. Like by definition, palindrome is string can be palindrome. The string which is palindrome is which is like same even from reverse and from the right, and from the front and from the both, from reading from front and from reading from back, that will be same. Like if we say madam is a string, madam. If you even read it from front and reading from reverse, they are same. So string can be palindrome, depends on the string basically.
Okay. What makes you angry in life?
Angry.
Yes.
I would not say angry, but sometimes irritated if like if I'm working on something, or I'm very passionate about doing something, or like doing my work, and if some other person is also working with me and they are not that much pretty interested, but I am also showing that I am ready to help them, but they are not just ready to do that. So this makes a little irritated, or makes irritation in me. Like I am doing this and you are doing this, we have to do this, so why am I not ready for this?
Okay. So are you good in JavaScript?
JS, yes, I have a good amount of knowledge, like basic knowledge I have.
Okay. So there is one question regarding that. What logic you can use in the code 5?
Code 5.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, I
Okay.
don't.
Let's leave this question. Now tell me, where do you see yourself after 3 years?
After 3 years, I would say I see myself after 3 years being at a very, not say a senior, I would say in the managerial position at IT department, where I'll be managing might be a team of 5 or 10, and I would have like 1 or 2 projects, and then I will be guiding my juniors and how to implement their theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge. And I see myself there at the organization level, in a managerial level.
Great, you are so optimistic, which is good to know. So, do you know method of overloading and overriding?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Please explain.
overloading is a form of, they both are the form of polymorphism. Firstly, method overloading means you have a method name, same method name but different arguments. Like I can have a method name add, and it can contain 2 integers. So what it will do, it will provide the addition of those integers. The same method I have name of add, but it will have 2 strings. So it will provide the concatenation of the both strings. This is method overloading. Now method overriding is done in the inheritance. In method overriding, you have one class in parent class, and then one method you have in the child class. So if you make the same name or method in both, so child class method will override the parent class method whenever you create the object of the, like we create the object of child class, and whenever we call that method, it will call only the child class method rather than parents class method.
So, Java has been one of your subject
Yes.
in MCA. So, do you know the difference between finally, and finalize?
Yes. So final is a like of, we can say, data type. We have declared one block or even the array as a final, so we cannot change it later. We can only just use it. We cannot even redeclare. We cannot even change it or any. It's like a constant, more of like constant. And then finalize is used for the garbage collection. It is called at the end of the program automatically, which collects the objects which don't have any reference yet. And finally is in use in the exception handling. So like we write a suspicious code in a try block, and then if any exception is raised, we catch that using exception. But if not any exceptions is not catched, the finally block is called. The final block is called whatever the situation, even if we catch the exception or not, the finally block is called. It is used majorly for the, if you call in the destructor in the finally block. If you want to remove any reference, if you have done in a try block, you want to remove the reference of some variable, so you can do that in the finally block.
Okay. How can you create and use threads in Java?
Threads. We can create threads using thread class by extending the thread class, and we need to sorry, I'm not able to get it, but we need to create one object of thread
No
class.
issues at all. You were good while answering all the technical questions. Now let me see if you are culturally fit for Deloitte because we have a lot of emphasis on our people, we love them, we would like to retain them, and we have a very good culture in Deloitte. So my question to you is, do you know anything about the culture of the Deloitte, what Deloitte is all about?
So, while going to the website of Deloitte, I found the basic values which are the of Deloitte. So, basic values which include first is the integrity of the Deloitte, like they have the integrity should be there, and second will be the commitment and the collaborative nature of Deloitte working, and third was the fostering of the culture. So, I believe the culture by Deloitte means that they have different kind of people from the different states of India working together, which is the culture of the Deloitte. And the second thing is delivering the high quality of services and solutions to our client. So yes, I believe I can be a great fit because I can gel up easily. I have a calm and a jovial nature, so I can easily connect with the people and gel up with them, and I can work alongside with them. And as I mentioned earlier, I like to work in the team, so that will also come in the helpful in the longer run is my career in the Deloitte.
Ready to relocate or work from home opportunity?
Absolutely, I'm okay for both if like there is a need for the relocation. But I'm not sure about the immediate relocation. If I just have to confirm that first with my college, and then I can respond.
Okay. If you have gone through our website, so my question is, have you gone through our website?
Yes.
Can you tell me what are the, we have mentioned 10 things about Deloitte on our main page. It speaks volume about our company. For an example, we have mentioned that we thrive physically, we thrive financially. Do you know the other eight which I have not mentioned right now?
No, I don't.
These are the 10 reasons that we ourselves are telling students and job seekers that these are the 10 reasons that you should join Deloitte. So let me know if any of your reason matches with our requirement.
I think the 10 reasons which you mentioned. on the
Definitely,
website.
it is our people and culture, and
Yes.
then diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, do you know what is the meaning of the word inclusion?
Inclusion, by inclusion we can mean that you working with the working as a team. Like if you are some outsider, but you can mix up with the team and work together as one, that can be considered as inclusion.
Great. So, last question, Divyash, for you today is, how would you feel if I tell you right away that you were selected?
I would be really happy, and first I would really thank you for conducting the interview and telling me that. And I would also like to ask one thing, which points I can improve so that it will help me in my career at the Deloitte.
Oh, I was about to ask you that, Divyash, do you have any question for us? So you have already asked. Divyash will get back to you with the result, and it was pleasure talking to you. I feel you are a very positive student, person, and you have done your research, which will definitely help you out to crack this interview. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.